Search and rescue efforts continue here in Kerr County, Texas tonight as the death toll continues to rise and the number of missing people remains uncertain. Continuing to track crime tonight, a man has been arrested after a months-long investigation of child pornography involving a 13-year-old girl. Jay, as we saw, Jada Floyd has officially returned home from Odessa all the way from the Hill Country today. And in this case, what's now being dubbed the Chihuahua House, they say the road ahead is particularly long. Democratic Texas lawmakers spent the night on the State House floor after refusing a Republican demand to be placed under the watch of state law enforcement. Their message to West Texans right now: do not rush to come to Kerrville. They will still need plenty of support in the coming weeks and months. There is a long road ahead of us. And you may have seen it. We have the latest on a fire in Big Spring that could be seen for miles. Our media partners at KBest report that a crane caught on fire. Take a look. Residents say they heard a boom just before 8 o'clock this morning. In your traffic news, we've been watching this since this morning. It's not a dumpster fire, but it is pretty close. Here's what we know so far. 4 people were taken to the hospital with minor injuries. We are continuing to look into this. We'll let you know when we get more information. We sent First Alert 7's Lauren Munt there to observe how Odessans are handling the change, and she joins us now. Lauren. Local Democrats and Republicans divided over Texas Democrats' decision to break quorum and flee the state. The Texas Rangers have formally released a comprehensive list of the Texans whose lives were lost in the devastating July 4th floods. 14 of them from here in the Permian Basin. Isabella tells us there's also a heavy police presence and some people there waving leaf flags. Jay, these congressmen were here at a time when questions surrounding our domestic energy output are in play, and the Permian Basin is a central character. In the desert of West Texas, somewhere between Balmorhea and Pecos, the sounds of a rocket launch are music to not only a few thousand college students' ears, but also to the city of Midland, who's long been trying to get into the space game. When the weather and his health allows, James' favorite thing to do is walk here to his local park and give copies of his books away to moms for free. All right, Jay, well, I told you my goal for the day was to get on a horse, and look at me. It only took me 3 shows, but I have done it. I am here with Cowboy.
First Alert 7 News.
I'm Mary Kay Hamilton. Good evening to you, and thanks for joining us tonight at 10.
We start tonight with an update on a body found near Idea School in Odessa.
And we're tracking crime in Midland now, where a man is wanted for assaulting a pregnant person. Midland Crime Stoppers is asking for your help finding Guillermo Moreno Dominguez. They also say Dominguez has a 61-day emergency protective order issued against him. If your tip is the first one that leads to his arrest, you'll be eligible for a $500 cash reward. Call 694-8477 or submit a tip online. All new tonight at 10 o'clock, a convicted felon is back in jail tonight. According to court documents, Jamie Dotson was stopped by Midland police for running a stop sign and then refusing to pull over. Police say that eventually he pulled into a motel parking lot where police found a gun in the car. Dotson then admitted to being a convicted felon and told officers he kept the ammunition and a gun for protection. If convicted, Dotson now faces up to 15 years in federal prison. And you're looking now at an unknown suspect who kicked open the door of a home in the 7100 block of Valverde. OPD says this suspect then left the area in a white Dodge Ram pickup. Police are treating this as a burglary investigation, although they didn't say what, if anything, was stolen. Anyone with additional surveillance footage or more information, you can call Odessa Crime Stoppers at 432-333-TIPS. The Midland County Sheriff's Office is warning people of an ongoing scam. The caller is reportedly impersonating law enforcement and demanding money in the form of gift cards. It's for things like a missed court date or an active warrant. They could even spoof the agency's phone number. The Sheriff's Office wants to remind you that they will never call and ask you for money over the phone. Officials say if you get a call and you think it's a scam, do not give them any personal details and hang up immediately. The Food Truck Freedom Bill, signed into law earlier this year, took effect on Monday.
It's designed to cut back on red tape by creating a single statewide health permit for food trucks, allowing mom and pop operators to be free from costly and confusing overregulation.
Before this law, food truck owners had to apply for separate health permits in every city or county they entered. Now, one permit is all they need to roll into any Texas community. Our Isabella Garriga explains how this will affect local business owners.
All right, time now to talk your weather forecast. I'll tell you one thing we need, Mary Kate. We need some rain around here.
We always need rain around here. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Tom T. Tom.
Yeah.
Kerr County residents continue recovery efforts almost 2 months to the day of those devastating floods. A major federal case is unfolding right here in North Texas. Today, a judge in Fort Worth heard from families who lost loved ones in 2 Boeing 737 MAX crashes, and they're seeking criminal prosecution.
U.S. Capitol today, a group of women called on lawmakers to release more government files about convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein.
One woman said the group is compiling a list of Epstein associates who were involved in his sex abuse ring.
Okay, school choice is passed. It's passed. We're not going back.
Senate Bill 2, which allocates $1 billion for school vouchers in Texas, has been signed into law by Governor Greg Abbott. Now, public education advocates await the passage of House Bill 2, the public education funding bill. It remains stalled in the Senate Wednesday.
What about the basic allotment? What about teacher pay raises? To answer your question, these next 2 weeks are vitally important.
House Bill 2 in its current form would increase funding for public education by $7.7 billion. It includes provisions like raising teacher salaries and increasing the basic allotment per student. Basic allotment is the dollar amount per student that public schools receive from the state. That basic allotment has not been raised since 2019.
Basic allotment never changed. It didn't matter what inflation did. It didn't matter what the cost of living became. Never changed. To this day has not changed. That's 6 years.
Big Spring Superintendent Jay McWilliams has been a vocal public education advocate for the past 2 legislative sessions.
Our Texas public school kids are worth it.
You keep hearing, oh, we're funding schools at an all-time level. Really? Okay, don't be fooled by that, okay, because they can turn the data how they want. That's not accurate.
McWilliams says himself and other opponents of Senate Bill 2 were often told that while school vouchers would inevitably pass, public education would be taken care of.
That's exactly back when we were in Austin at our midwinter meeting that I heard from some representatives. Guess what? It's going to pass. What's going to pass? School choice. Whether they voted against it or not, okay? But the common theme, it might, and we'll maybe go, I don't even want to, I hate to use this term. We might go along with it, but we're going to get these things for public education. And that's what we're waiting to see.
In animal hoarding cases, once the Midland County Sheriff's Office job is done, the job for animal advocacy groups has really just begun. And in this case, what's now being dubbed the Chihuahua House, they say the road ahead is particularly long.
When you're out there at a hoarding situation, you're just grabbing dogs.
78 dogs rescued from this Midland County home last week.
Who can take 1 dog, 2 dogs, 3 dogs?
Animal advocacy groups across Midland County wasted no time coming together and each taking on as many of these Chihuahuas as they could until all of them were accounted for.
I believe Lone Star was contacted first by the sheriff regarding the hoarding case. And I mean, as soon as that happened, they were contacting us and we decided, okay, we need a group message. For right now, we have 14 of the hoarding case dogs.
Once the dogs are removed from their unsafe home, the next part of their journey begins. The first step is veterinary care, which can be especially costly for dogs who come from a hoarding situation.
Any of the dogs in the hoarding cases are inbred, but they all are. They've been there I don't know how many years, and that's just, it's what dogs do. You know, they procreate. That's just what they do. And unfortunately, when it's an inbred situation, then you're going to have a lot of dogs with genetic issues. You can tell, so how she's like missing hair. A lot of them have mange. That's Barnes. He's our heartworm positive, blind and kind of deaf. I'll show you, like, so she has this too. Like, you know, all of these dogs are just, they have something strange going on. You know, sometimes you feel like, geez, you know, these dogs just don't get a chance. They don't get a fair chance.
After sometimes extensive and often costly veterinary care, the fosters step in, and the dogs are on their way to their fair chance.
That's the end goal, is to get them into good adoptive homes.
So while the journey is long and complicated, and the dogs are still in the middle of it right now, the goalpost is as simple as a lap and some love.
Boarding dogs do not get one-on-one attention, and everybody needs one-on-one attention every once in a while.
All right, my friend, you have a blessed day, man. Y'all do good in school, all right?
At Fannin Elementary School, everyone is a friend.
Good morning, friend. Good morning, friend. Hey, friend, have a good day at school and do good, all right?
And there's no greater friend than Mr. Curtis.
Good morning, friend. Y'all do good in school. Hey, you know what you gotta do, go on that corner, right?
On Monday, at the corner of Lanham Street and Fannin Avenue, Fannin celebrated Mr. Curtis Day. Their longtime beloved crossing guard
Good day at school, do good, all right?
and unofficial ambassador of love and kindness.
Man, I appreciate it, man. Love you, man. How you been doing? Good. A lot of these kids that cross this corner, and I'm quite sure other corners at the other schools, some of them, you know, they don't get a hug, they don't get a high five, they don't even get the joy and have the joy when they leave home. Friend, you don't want to go to school today? What's the matter, friend? What's the matter with you? So it brings joy to my heart, and I thank God that He allowed me to be on this corner, that I may be able to touch some kid's life.
Whether coming to school on foot or on wheels,
Good
kiddos
school,
clamor
all right?
for a high five from
Now, y'all
Mr.
blessed day
Curtis
today.
and promise to have a great day at school.
Y'all do good in school, all right?
Because a friend like Mr. Curtis
All right, friend, thank you for my little car. All right, friend, thank you.
deserves his very own day.
The love that the people here shows toward me, and they know I love them too. And the kids know I love them. So it's a joyful day for me today, and I'm overwhelmed and I'm thankful for the things that they do. Thank you, friend.